AfterBuzz TV, starting place to the likes of WWE female superstars Kathy Kelly, Sonya Deville, and Zelina Vega proudly presents Women's Wrestling Weekly, the world's first podcast and YouTube series dedicated exclusively to women's wrestling, featuring all the latest news as well as interviews with top superstars in the industry. And now, AfterBuzz TV's own gorgeous lady of wrestling, TK Trinidad.
Bonjour all, you're watching Women's Wrestling Weekly, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and looky. I mean, he just dips in, dips out. Apparently he's saving folks. I don't see nothing in the news.
Shut
but
up.
Coco Cena, aka America's Chocolate Sweetheart, aka Evan T. Mack, a.k.a. the man with the master plan. He is finally in the building.
Yo, listen, man. I'm not trying to big time you, girl. Listen, I was getting a checkup, man. I'm trying to make sure I can do this show for years to come, girl. I'm trying to die. You want me to get my physical? Do you not want me to get physical? I had to turn and cough. I do all kinds of stuff I ain't proud of, girl.
Oh, you had to do the finger thing?
Girl,
but
listen.
You're not 50.
Listen, don't matter. I'm black, though. Yeah, brothers
so
got to check up a little early.
How did it
feel? Man, just start the show, man. I'm here.
Evan T. Mack is in the building. We have nothing but an amazing show. We're going to do the star of the week. We have news, but we have an amazing guest on the show. She is an actress, host, former star of Total Divas, former WWE superstar, the one, the only pussy-popping queen herself. Ariane Andrews, how you doing?
Hey, girl. Hey. Ooh, that intro, though.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, she be doing big things on the intro, though.
You have the catchphrases. When I saw pussy popping, but I heard it on and on again, I was like, I think this is, but yeah, we have to include
I've
this.
always loved that. I always loved that your finish move was girl bye, though. That was one of my favorite things in the world. That's like a finishing move, in a game.
Yes.
So how's it going?
It is going bomb. I cannot complain. So much good stuff happening. So, just living my best life.
Yeah,
and pussy popping while doing it.
Yeah, it's like you have a little bit of Jamaican in you. You have 5 or 6 different jobs going on. I like
Real
it.
talk, yeah.
So we're going to get into the news real quick.
Yeah, I would like to get into this stuff. A couple of things I wanted to run by you, Miss Trinidad, for sure. Just a couple of things I wanted to pick your brain on.
Women's Wrestling News.
It's really interesting, though. Philip Lindsay had a great piece on, well, you kind of talk about it all the time. You don't talk about how, WWE kind of, when it comes to Black History Month thing, they kind of just show, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, a couple black people. Like a vignette, you know what I mean? It's a nice
At
little
the same place.
It's really packaged together, and they some black building with a black curator, and they all doing a lot of black stuff.
Yeah.
And it's over, right?
And they switch out the black wrestlers, so it's different
they
wrestlers last year. It's
interchange.
different one, yeah.
They interchange the black wrestlers. So I'm just saying, Philip Lindsay had a nice piece about bewildering exclusion of first black women wrestlers. So it was this piece that he posted on Diva Dirt. Shout out to Philip Lindsay, when he's saying every Black History Month, WWE airs vignettes centered around historical figures like Dr. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks.
It's the same one.
There's usually some obligatory clip of superstars visiting museums or historical sites. Why they give testimonials on what they've learned. Surprisingly, never showcase the contributions of the first black women wrestlers. So there's a documentary that was out, and it's one of those things where he's just trying to kind of speak on what you're speaking on, and trying to give got his take on where's the the love for the sisters that was body slamming and choke slamming and suplexing and stuff.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on that? Knowing that there's a documentary out and someone trying to give the voice to the sisters out there that was trying to pave the way for the people that look like Miss Cameron over there.
What do you? Because I know you haven't watched WWE religiously because you're working and
Doing
a lot
your
of different
thing.
things. But what do you? I don't know. Did they do those vignettes when you were in WWE? Do you remember?
Clearly, if I don't remember,
boy.
then I don't really recall.
Yeah.
So
because I remember I think it's from what I know over the past 3 years, it's been the same thing. They take the WWE superstars to, I believe it's Alabama, but I might be incorrect, but a place where Martin Luther King had big events that happened.
Montgomery,
and then,
it should be there.
Yeah, and then the WWE superstars talk about it, but it's the same thing every single year, and it's just kind of
can we get something fresh and something new?
yeah, there's more black people than Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's a bunch of us all walking around here, so it's just kind of
or even like you said, dedicating it to the women, some of the black women who were, before my time, and saying okay, they paved the way for, people like me, people like Alicia, people like, Naomi and Sasha and everybody else.
Wow.
And there's only a few, there's a little handful.
You're already done. You're and I'm finished.
Most that come to mind, and they probably won't talk about Jazz for obvious reasons, if you guys don't know. But Jacqueline comes to mind. I mean, there's so.
I'm surprised by that. That's why he made this piece, because he's surprised by the lack of that. He went back to the old school documentary. We're talking talking about grainy footage, but just like modern day.
Yeah.
Like Jacqueline don't get like no.
And it doesn't have to be women. It's Black History Month, so it could also be black wrestlers, male wrestlers as well.
No, but we are on Women's Wrestling Weekly, and it's nice to show. I mean, because I will say, like lately, women have been like really paving the way in different types of entertainment, and I just feel like why can't we embrace women? Because if you even look at the women now that are wrestling, like they're main eventing, they're doing things like that. So it's like, hey, we are just as bomb as men. We put in just as much work. So it's like, I don't have any problem with the men, but it's like, let's glorify our women too and show like, we aren't just let me just lift up my bikini. Yeah. Like, let's show what's real.
Yeah, it's just beyond the... trying to be like politically correct.
Right, you gotta still keep it cute.
You trying to dial it back?
My thing is, it's just like a lot of companies do this. You see this every time. You see this for other months too.
It shouldn't just be for Black History Month.
No, but they have Asian American Month, which I don't think WWE even acknowledges. You have a Hispanic Heritage Month, I believe they have as well. And it's just kind of like when I see other media outlets, they cover the same people for every month, and there's so many people that have paved the way. Like if you watch, Kevin Hart has a documentary or a show on Netflix, and it's one episode, and I'm really upset that it's only one episode, but within I think an hour and 20 minutes he showcases 6 or 7 different black people that if you just listen to Black History Month, you would not know that they exist, and amazing stories.
The Black History Month quick, man.
It's the shortest month of the whole entire year.
It feels like
like February is already over. Like the year's almost over.
That's real talk.
Well, it was built by a black man. He decided that he wanted it in February because it's the same month as Martin Luther King. So that's the reason why it's in February. It wasn't because
it wasn't a thing.
Yeah,
it's
just a coincidence.
Yeah, we always just joke about the coincidence.
Yeah, I just want to let people know because it's just like some people don't know.
You're being facetious right now.
Yeah, I just want to let people know. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in. Is the documentary available as yet? Or?
No, I didn't see it. They just did like a screening, and I've seen a couple clips like on YouTube. You can look it up on YouTube. It's like I said, it's looked pretty awesome because it's like old school. You know what I mean? And I just think it's really awesome that Philip Lindsay wrote that piece on like there's a lot they ain't telling me. Yeah. Like the real history behind it.
Yeah, it's like when you watch the Glow documentary, it was interesting to see stuff that you didn't realize like goes beyond behind the curtain. So definitely, when that comes out, shout out. I'm sure Bosa's on top of it, so let us know.
You already know. So the road to Double or Nothing, like they're doing like a little documentary, and Brandy living her best life right now, best decision she ever made in her life.
Damn.
Leaving WWE.
Facts.
Brandy wrong. No. So she announced a women's triple threat match at Double or Nothing between Kylie Ray, Britt Baker, and Nyla Rose. So I just want to get your thoughts on that. I want to get your thoughts on like they're just like, they're dropping the hammer right now. They already sold out, by the way. They have already sold that place out.
I didn't even send out my media credentials.
They have sold out Double or Nothing before anybody's seen anything.
Yeah. Well, didn't they do that with All In as well?
Yeah. So they're clearly building off the steam of that. I just want to get your thoughts on Brandy already announcing a triple threat match like right out the gate. With the first trans woman ever in a triple threat match at a big promotion.
First off the roads is like
that's power couple for real.
It's like blind faith. Meaning that when they did All In, the stadium that they decided to do All In, I believe it was in Chicago, like they never did an event like that before, and they're like, don't worry, we're going to sell it out. Just blind faith. Didn't pre-sale seats, nothing. Got the stadium, tickets sold out.
Well, when you believe in yourself and you just know you're the shit, you know that things are going to happen. You know what I mean? So
for real. Like,
you can't be mad at that.
Hey, man.
Yeah, AEW is definitely going to be one of those folks, as you can see in Cody's career, that they're going to take chances.
Yeah.
So
and I watched the piece on him real quick. Him and his wife, they're talking. He was saying how when he was trying to make his exit, and he's like, because he was like saying you don't quit the WWE, like WWE quits you, and he was like, so when he was on his way out, he's like, people were like veterans, legends were like, don't do it. He's like, you have no idea what you're doing, and he's never been better. And it's the best decision he's ever made in his life. And his wife followed him, and she's executive vice president in media, like talent.
She went from ring announcer
right?
Part-time wrestler.
She's doing all right.
Executive of a whole new brand that's doing well, and they sold out their first show and hasn't even aired yet.
Hasn't even aired yet. No TV deal, no nothing. All you know is it's the MGM Grand, and there's gonna be wrestlers there.
And it's MGM Grand. That hotel, by the way, is hard to find anything. That hotel is huge.
Yeah, the place no game. I got lost in it like twice. I ain't even gonna lie. Floyd Mayweather fight, I was walking around like, yo, listen, man.
You can spend days walking around.
They should do a reality show, man. Getting lost in MGM.
I was there for a iHeart event looking for the gym. It took me 20 minutes to watch the gym.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think I've ever even been in that hotel before.
It's so big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just wanted to quickly let you know, because the AEW, they have their latest women's signing. They got a nice little collection. Some of these names.
They got Jericho. I know he's not a woman, obviously,
but still,
Jericho,
though, yeah, that's
huge.
And he's still got a lot left in the tank. Kenny Omega still, he was the hottest free agent signing in the world. They bagged the hottest free agent signing in the world because they offered more money than WWE was willing to give. They're really just paying people whatever they want. I told you, I'm about to be a wrestler right now, TK. We're going to talk about this after the show. I'm about to put the booze on.
You're like, let me take my headphones off. I got to go back.
Where do I go?
I'll be running ropes a little bit. No, so the newest signing, of course, Brandy Rhodes, Britt Baker, Penelope Ford, Aja Khan, Yuka Sakazaki, Kylie Ray, and Nyla Rose. Those are their women's signings. I don't know if you have any thoughts. Who would you like to see in there? Anybody that you can predict going in there?
You already obviously know we ride or die for Ivelisse. So
know.
hopefully that Lucha Underground contract.
Yeah, y'all stop. Yeah, listen, y'all better stop messing
Whatever's
around.
Happening with that.
That's why y'all in that legal trouble with wrestlers. They mad at y'all right now.
Whatever's happening with that, I hope that clears up because Ivelisse is definitely a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Kylie Ray was on the show.
Yeah.
Her story is amazing. I believe she's finishing up her master's degree or in the middle of her master's degree.
Jeez.
Go ahead,
And
girl.
she's so young and she's so bubbly. Like you remember at that age where like life was just like you just happy.
Yeah, and I wasn't paying no bills.
Yeah,
I remember those days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
so. And then to get the opportunity to have a huge deal like that, and then Sonny Kiss, who's also been on the show, he's amazing.
I love Sunny.
Love Sonny
I
Kiss.
love.
Full of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Britt Baker's also a good one. I think it's full-time doctor, part-time wrestler. Like
Yeah, these wrestlers, they're just more, like the wrestlers have evolved over the years, man. So many wrestlers, women and men, are more than just that.
You know
PhDs
who?
and doctorates and bachelor's
Yeah.
degrees.
You have to be though. You have to.
Yeah.
Because your career can be over in an instant.
Yeah,
exactly.
We all know how that goes. In what wrestling can do, it can just in the blink of an eye. You see what happened to Paige. She's like a baby.
Yeah.
And
But
her
she has
career.
a movie out, so.
Yo, see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Listen,
I mean,
I'm trying to feel bad for her.
everybody doesn't have that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Real talk. After you get injured, like I get a feature
Yeah.
like movie with The Rock
Yeah.
and Vince Vaughn.
and a lipstick line. Like
Right.
she's
She doing all right.
She's
and
doing
still,
that.
Yeah, and she's still with WWE. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, she's one of those. See, every now and again, you're one of those made men or made women where you have a job in WWE forever. No matter if you get you stub your toe and you can't wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
They'll just make sure you're screwing a light bulb for $100,000.
Yeah.
Every now and then there's couple people like that.
Yeah.
And finally, before we get this interview, I promise
Also, I want to say
oh,
Jazz.
Jazz.
I would love to see because she still has the belt.
That'd be dope.
I would love to see her in
That'd be
AEW.
dope. Yeah, just before we get to the interview, because I promise we brought you here to talk to you. I swear we did.
No, I'm
I
over here
swear.
just taking in all this tea right now. I'm like,
So okay, I just wanted to get your quick. I literally put this down to see you roll your eyes. That's the only reason I put this down. I put this on to see if I could get you to roll your eyes.
Okay.
This ain't even newsworthy.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm shook.
So Oscar, so Manny Rose issued a challenge to Oscar for the title, and they are pushing Manny Rose harder than people think. Listen, it's. I just want people to understand it's coming. She's like the new Eva Marie, and y'all just need to get ready. She is getting pushed. Oscar responded with a tweet. She didn't even say a word.
Is this the video that you're gonna play?
Yeah, she just
Okay.
put a video of her just with a smirk and then the Vince McMahon car blowing up. That's it. She didn't even respond with words. So I just want to get your thoughts on Mandy Rose getting in the main event, eliminate Jamer or something against Oscar. I got the eye roll. I got what I wanted. But
She's a hard worker, so I'm not
She is.
gonna
She
take
is.
that away from her. I think I just
What's your
don't.
problem?
I just don't like the way they're positioning her. I don't know her. So, but from what I see for her Instagram and all that stuff, she seems like a hard worker.
Oh, she
I
is.
remember seeing her from Tough Enough, and I think she was in Total Divas,
Yep.
the first season with Eva
Yep.
Marie. So, the way they're positioning her with that music, and it's
Oh, that's
softcore
amazing.
porn music,
That's
it's
amazing.
just very. You said it's amazing.
It's amazing that the fuzzy screen thing. I still don't know how the hell they do it.
I feel like they could have put, and again, she might have come up with that idea. I just feel like they could have done something else with her, and she could have been powerful.
Give me an
'Cause she's a
alternative
power-
option. What would you do? Because she is a beast in the gym.
Yeah, she is a beast in the gym. She works hard, and I'm not saying you should take her off completely, but it's just kind of more to whatever her character is, opposed to trying to steal somebody's husband because Naomi said something about her back in Tough Enough. I would rather be I work hard in the gym. I've been busting my ass. I've been coming from NXT. I've been doing this. I deserve the next round.
We talk about that all the time, though, giving women like 2 storylines.
Yeah.
Like you took my man, and then we're mad at each other.
Yeah, don't get
like
me started on
they swear they can't give women storylines like men, though. You know what I mean? Women get more angry about just you taking my man.
Yes.
Y'all a little deeper than that.
Yeah.
We're the one-dimensional ones. Y'all much more complex.
It just seems like, and again, not taking away from her, just the way her character is just kind of weird. However, I do want to get your opinion.
Because the thing is, it's like
sure.
when I went back down to NXT and I was working with her, she's actually really good and she does work hard.
She
you know what I
does.
mean? Like you can't. That's the thing I think people forget too is like you can't. It's very hard when you're trying to go down and train and they're like, come up, and everybody wants to be mad. Well, you can't wrestle. Well, what the.
Yeah.
Am I gonna say, oh, you know what? No, I'm sorry. This person's been waiting here for 2 years.
Yeah.
So with that, I will say, like, from
You're supposed to take the brass ring.
You're supposed to take it and be like, shit, fake
We'll
it
make
till
it
you
work.
make
Yeah.
it till
Yeah,
you
like,
make
listen,
it.
I got this. Y'all,
I'm
don't be mad at me.
gonna figure it out. But
That's
so she
real.
does work hard. But I will look with the storyline, like, you know, they're giving everybody else like these, like, oh, you know, they're just keeping up with the guys. And I'm not saying because she does have that sex appeal, you know what I mean? But it's like show the sex appeal, but also show like I'm a badass bitch.
Yep.
Period.
And I can come for it.
Right.
So I get what you're saying about the whole storyline, but sometimes it's super hard because you have to say, do I fight this battle or do I just shut the fuck up if I'm gonna get this main event and I gotta just play
Bittersweet.
and you just play it.
Absolutely.
Like if I'm gonna be a hoe, let me be the baddest hoe out there. Hello, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like you have to kind of sometimes maybe shut up, do what you need to do to get to the next level.
Yeah.
You know,
You're right. It's a give or take. Like,
It's a give or take.
What are you willing
Yeah.
to do?
you know, and I mean, that's not my favorite. I wouldn't want to be known as a hoe, but it's like, okay, how do I take this and switch it? This is not what I came to do, but now let me go kind of maybe play this little game a little bit, then now show y'all what I'm really about to bring to the table. Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, and that's,
see-
and that's the thing though. When you have that type of character, like it seems like they're gonna pigeonhole her.
Yeah,
into
are you
something like that.
gonna forever be labeled that way, or
Yeah.
can you get to the top, get the title, and then be like, yo, this is what I'm really gonna do.
So can I give a perfect example? And this is not the best example, but do you guys remember when AJ first came out, like how she was wearing the suits and all that? And
100%.
that's not her.
100% not.
whatsoever.
She's a
But
nerdy
then
girl.
She is. So she took that and was like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this until she finally came out with her, crop top shorts and like, this is who I am. So sometimes you do, and I mean that's not the best example, but that just kind of came to my
That's a
brain.
good one.
But it's like she had to play the dress up as the manager and wear it. Like this is not my character.
And that's the same thing that Undertaker always wanted to do, that American Badass thing. That was his idea. Like the motorcycle thing was his idea, but Vince made him do the Undertaker thing, which became an iconic figure.
Right.
But you see, as he built all that credit with Undertaker, and then Vince was like, all right, bruh. And then he had that moment where he was like in the biker suits for a little bit. So he was able to live out his dream of what he wanted to do, but he eventually went back to the shtick they gave him. So will she have that moment? Will she have that moment?
See,
where
what she could do if she was slick, because I never really got the microphone like live out there. You just go out there and you cut a promo that they didn't tell you to because it's live, and then you apologize later. You'd be like, "Oh, y'all wanted me to go ahead and be this, but let me show y'all." Like, cut a promo, and then it's like, what they either gonna go black or are they gonna be like, "Well, damn, she just switched shit around real fast." Sometimes you cut. Sometimes you just kind of have to, like, if you feel deeply about it, you go out there. As long as it's gonna be good, you're not doing anything to like make WWE look bad. Stand up for yourself and be like, y'all wanted me to do it like this, but I'm gonna do it like this. And when you get back, be like, well, this is how I felt. Did y'all like it or not?
Yeah. Well, here's my question, because you and Trin are good friends.
Word.
That whole, and again, y'all, if you've been following me with AfterBuzz, you already know I love Trin to death.
Yeah.
That storyline with Trin and Mandy, I was not for it. But I'm biased. I'm coming from a bias. So what did you think of it?
I mean,
Based on knowing her personally.
Just because, like, that's my girl. So I'm like, oh, why are you going to do her like that? Because, like, she's so much more than that. Like, this... Trin is such a, and I'm not just saying this because I'm going to give props wherever it's due, and when it's not due, I'm just like, hey, you can, I'm going to say it the best way possible and the nicest way, but it's like, she's so talented, you know what I mean? I've always looked up to Trin. That was always like my sister, my sister from another mister. It's like, teach me, guide me, and I just felt like for her, it's like, why are you going to do my girl like that? Like, she's already brought so much to the company. She's been there forever. She deserves.
Hard worker.
Hard worker, and the sweetest, most humble person ever. The sweetest girl ever. So I'm just like, she deserves better than that. But again, sometimes you're put in these positions and you're like, you know what? If it's gonna lift if this is gonna help you elevate you, Mandy, I'm gonna help elevate you. and you know,
Right,
but that's
right,
also
right.
true
Yeah.
too. Sometimes you kind of have to like take the back seat of something that's not the best for you. Because I mean, I'm about that. Like, if I'm gonna help you
Right.
get somewhere, it's your time. Because
Right.
I know my time's gonna
Right,
come
right,
again.
right,
So
right.
sometimes it's all, but people don't get that as women.
Yeah.
But that's why I love Trin, because she gets it. Like, okay, girl,
You know what?
I'm gonna
They-
give you your moment. You know.
Yeah, I get it. I just didn't
Respect.
like how they. I just didn't like how they did it.
Totally.
Like I wouldn't mind if it was just Trin and Mandy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know, like Mandy does all these things backstage.
But then having
whatever.
Sonya,
And then, well, Sonya's even fine. But when they're including
the husband,
the husband,
yeah.
I'm just like, and the fact that for those who watch Total Divas, you know that their relationship is like, as
Solid.
far as we know, John's not traveling. I don't think he is. He didn't give me the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
sure he's not.
So it's just kind of like one of those things where it's just like,
Yeah.
I wasn't for it. Wasn't for it.
Yeah.
Just listen.
It's-
And I'm biased, so I'm
but,
just.
but I know there's other reasons why you would want to say, girl, but we ain't gonna get into that. We gonna
Yeah,
keep
there's,
it.
there's, and there's that too.
We're
and-
not even gonna touch that subject.
and there's that too. So there, I guess my question, I will just go straight into the interview. I guess my
Yeah,
question
that's
is
it. That was a nice segue because we're going into it right
Okay. My question is, being when you were working at WWE, so say hypothetically you were presented with this, and it's something that, like, it's okay to, you know, help somebody out, but something that just soul-wise doesn't work for you. Do you feel like like you were saying before, you just have to pick your battles, or it's like, no, and these are the reasons why this would not work?
I guess it depends on like my position with the company, like where Trend stands.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a position where, you know, she's been there. Like, if for me, like, are you saying it back if I was there right now, or
Let's just put, if you were in Trin's situation.
okay, see, if I was in Trin's situation, I would fight a battle. I'm willing to help her out. I want to be there. It's not about me, but this is how I would like to do it. And so if I'm going to be building someone, I have no problem. Let's build her. Let's
Right.
go. Let me give you the spotlight you need, but I would like it to be done this way because I've been here for you. Everything is about showing. Let me show you the receipts. So
Yeah.
I've been here. I've done this for you guys. I'm willing to, but I would like you to do it this way. So can we switch a few things to make this happen where it still makes me look good, but I'm helping elevate her. It's
Yeah.
not about me, but I still want to be in this
Right.
circle where I'm like feeling 100 about
Yeah.
it. So that if I was in Trin's position.
Yeah, and we don't know if she did that,
Yeah.
and they just said no, which is also possible.
That is-
possible.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that storyline, that was just not even.
Yeah, shout
not
out to
even feeling.
Lawrence in the chat. Can you say hi to Lawrence in the chat? Because he is showing you all kinds of love in this chat. Ariane, please just say hello.
Oh, and now what you saying my name wrong? I have to call you out. It's like Ariana Grande without the A.
Oh my God. That's why I call you Cameron. 'Cause I'm
Yeah,
like,
y'all been just saying it for quite some time, and I don't like to be that person. But I was like, ooh, I gotta correct him.
It's Ariane, please
It's-
do, because
It's Ariane.
I've been trying to go back. I was like, listen, I'm gonna come in here and say this wrong, but I'm gonna just say Cameron. But I said, but I gotta say her name because
It's Gucci though.
Did I say it wrong?
You did
Yeah,
too,
we both
but
said it wrong.
yes.
We were saying it wrong since we got in here.
And you said Andrews. I was like, oh, she didn't add the S
All
at the
right.
end.
I'm so sorry.
Ariane.
Yes.
Ariane. Lawrence in the chat is like love, hearts, emojis, smiley face.
Laws of the child.
Shout out to Lawrence in the chat.
I'm so sorry because I watched a lot of interviews and they were butchering. I was like, that's not gonna
See,
be
that's
us.
what
And
bothers.
then-
See, that's what bothers me. TK, listen, we do our Ariane. We do our due diligence, man. And I was an interview at the interview. They were like, Ariane, and you
It's
were,
like, you ain't
you
gonna
were
do that.
answering to it.
And then we was doing it.
I'm trying to.
God damn
and
it.
I just wanted
roundabout-
to find a good moment where I didn't come off. It's Ariane. And y'all like, damn, she stank.
In a
we
roundabout
family
way,
now.
I'm blaming you because everybody that they interviews you say and you don't correct them. So in a roundabout
I know
way,
I typically do, and that's kind of stink too when you see someone like it's. I'm like, I don't want
It
to come
really
off.
is.
Like, so I'm like, I'm gonna ease my way. We're gonna be feeling the chat, and we're gonna be feeling the interview, and I'm be like, it's Ariane.
No, we family. I met
I appreciate
Ariane
that.
at the Tomorrow Show. Was it? It was the
Yeah.
Tomorrow Show.
Yeah.
God, it was like a year and a half ago or something like that.
Girl, who
So
knows?
like we family. Like you could have been
say whatever you
coulda
want,
said,
like,
stop the
listen.
show. Let's rewind
we
that.
start this whole show over?
Yeah, you have carte blanche to do all of that.
no, it's all good.
Ariane.
We're human. It happens. My name is hard. I get it. It's not a basic bitch name. Sorry.
It really is. It is.
Well then, let's get into
So anybody named Sally out there, she hating on you for real.
Oh wait, damn. Let me not say that. You know, if you have a basic. But you guys know I'm extra like guacamole, so if I didn't have a complicated name, it wouldn't work. You know what I mean? It comes with the full package.
All right. Well, for you guys who don't know, Ariane has
Boom.
been busy, booked and busy.
Moving and
So
shaking.
first off, you have a new show called Sipping the Tea.
Yes.
So how did that come about?
Okay, so I had did a podcast, and let me try to not make a long story long. I did a podcast with CBS. It didn't work out, and then like a year later, I'm like, this is what happens. Like, you have a dream, but then it falls off because you had one failure or someone said no. And I was like, you know what? This is something I really want to do, and I want to make it happen. And my business partner, PR, and good friend Matt was like, well, I was thinking about doing a show too. Literally, we go to Focus TV Network because he had did some stuff with him with Good Morning La La Land, and we go have this meeting, and he's like, okay, it's gonna happen tomorrow. Wow. So it went from an idea to being like, it's gonna happen tomorrow. We had and then we got Ricky Thompson and why am I blanking out on her name?
Darren Young on there.
Darren Young came on, and it's just like we were like, okay, it's happening tomorrow. Which guests are we gonna get? You know what I mean? And it just all kind of came together, and since then we just been like rocking and rolling with it and having like so much fun. I couldn't ask for like a better co-host. And then we have our little babies that come on the show, our little daughters. and by the way, guys, that airs every Tuesday.
Drop that promo.
Like, cut that promo. I was gonna say it, but you're a host too, so
I'm like, I gotta plug your stuff in.
But also the film. So you have a short film called Jaded Pictures. So you wrote and executive produced it. So it's kind of almost done.
And was one of the leads.
Oh,
you one of them, huh? Well, you was like, I'm gonna star this too. I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna do the lighting.
You were an actress before you started WWE.
Yes.
I mean, that was always something that I loved doing. But then when WWE came around, I'm like, this is perfect. This is like giving back, to charity. This is entertaining people. Yeah. So that's really what it is. I love entertaining people and kind of saying it doesn't matter where you come from, your race, your religion, your background, your sexuality. It's like if I just want to put smiles on people's faces, and say that you can do whatever it is that you inspire to do, no matter where you come from. Just work hard at it and just use the no's as like your FUs to say, I'm going to get that W, I'm going to get the yes. So for me, the reason why I decided to do Jaded Pictures is because I look at life like there's so many people who are talented, so many people who are pretty, but it's like, what else are you bringing to the table? I want to be the Jill of all trades. It's like, also, too, it's like I want to create stuff that actually has a meaning behind it to solve a problem. And it's like people are comparing their lives to social media when 9 times out of 10 it's a monopoly. It's not real. So it's showing people what the behind the scenes of these pictures really happens. Like, guys, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get caught up looking at other people's lives because half the time these people are faking it. So it's bringing like that awareness because it causes a lot of like I feel like mental illness, I'm not being funny, like people mentally go into depression and killing themselves looking at social media. So I wanted to bring that awareness. So it's like we're like not also like creating stuff, but it's like solving a problem and showing people like what the real is. And that's always what I want to do is like show the real and show people like like just to inspire people.
Yeah. Take me through the process though of putting a movie together though. You know what I mean? Like it's not easy, man. That's like there's like 50,000 movies on like that are in stasis because people don't know how to get them out and put them together and get the right people behind it and cast it and fund it. What's that process like?
It is very difficult, and I think I wrote this recently on my Instagram. People spend so much time trying to wait for the perfect opportunity.
Absolutely.
When there is no perfect opportunity. Nope. There is never a perfect moment. You may miss the time of your life waiting for things to be perfect. So for, us, we did the writer's room, we wrote the script, and then, we could still be talking about it. But it's like, no, let's make a date, and you will figure it out. You will figure out the money. If you really want to make a dream happen and make it a reality, you're going to just start putting it together. You're going to have people who believe in you. And when you have something that's solid and that's dope and epic, people are going to want to be a part of it. Like, I had just people out of just all types of places being like, I want to be involved because they know that what I'm going to do, it's going to be epic. Like this is going to turn into a feature film. We are going to have the private screening on April 24th. And it's like, this is going to go like major places, and I have some great cast and crew who are a part of it.
That also speaks to your character too. I know Issa Rae said the same thing where it's just like she just decided to do her own thing and people were willing to help. Yeah. If you're an a-hole and nobody's coming to help you, then before you even put those projects out, maybe you have to like look at yourself and like, well, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
People have a tendency to rally around people that they see passion behind and actually have, dotted their T's and crossed out. They're like a good person. You be surprised how many people come out to like, I'll do this for you, I'll help this, and just be there for you.
I mean, it's the truth because even like we have to do pickup scenes on Friday, and I have people who not being paid who are like, I want to come how can I help?
Yep.
And it's also because it's like, I had people tell me this is the most organized set I've ever been on.
Wow.
Like this, like you're doing it here, and this is one of the most fun set. And it's like, I want to be that CEO that it's like, work should be fun. Work should be a place that it's like there is no background talent. We all are on an even playing field. We're all here to help each other. There's no background. Even if you have just a cameo, you get in hair and makeup and you get presentable and you just get treated like someone who's playing a major support. Because I don't want there to be a hierarchy. It should never be like, oh, you're a background, so you should. It's not like that. We're all here to help each other. You can't do this by yourself. It takes a village. And that's just kind of me. And I want to give people opportunities to be able to live their dream, because I know how it is trying to get somewhere and they're like, well, you don't have this. It's like, well, how do you get it? If you don't give people a chance, how are they supposed to learn? You're gonna make mistakes. It's like, pull the person aside and be like, you didn't do it right this way, but let me show you, let me help you. Like we're a community and we should all be working together. So
sounds like a presidential promo.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I just got like, I'm getting like super
like
passionate. I'm just talking,
about.
but it's just I'm just so passionate, and I'm very passionate about helping others.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
not only do you host Sipping the Tea, you have the short film coming out. You have a fitness line as well.
Yes, it's called Feel Lines, and I partnered with the Sashika twins, who've been in fashion forever, and we are going to launch that March 24th. So I don't want to give the secret of exactly what we're doing, because I'm not trying to take people be stealing your ideas. People be stealing. I mean, even right now, like on our Instagram for Jaded Pictures, I haven't wrote like the storyline, but I'm like, you're not gonna do it like us, because you ain't getting the mansions, you ain't getting the Range Rover. I mean, you might, but like we did our stuff top notch. So I'm like, but you're not gonna be us. People be biting off stuff, and I don't appreciate that. Be original, goddammit.
However, if you say it on this show, it's documented. So if they decide,
steal it,
then you bring this.
Okay,
show
well
up,
in that case, so it's called Feel Lines, and it's for the independent woman who marches to the beat of her own drum. So it's for like women who are trying to be the CEOs of their life, whether that be an entrepreneur or you're just trying to be the CEO of your life. It's cat suits, so they're going to be cat suits that you can work out in, and it's just like embracing your figure no matter what size you are, extra small to extra large. Embrace who you are. Let's go, women power. We gonna just march and right on in our cat suits in the gym.
Back in too, because I've been seeing Melissa Santos wearing those.
So.
Shout out to Ralph Lauren said, I miss you on WWE, just watching you on that network on NXT, going back in the archives watching you, girl.
Yes, love it.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out to Ralph Lauren.
Wait, what's the name so I can give a little shout out?
Ralph Lauren.
Ooh, okay, Ralph Lauren. I haven't heard about Ralph Lauren in some years.
It's been a minute, yeah.
It's been a minute.
So what inspired you to like pursue WWE though? Like, literally, were you because I seen you. I'm gonna get to another question before, but I just wanted to get your thoughts. Like, what you just wake up one day like, yo, listen, I'm just gonna tough enough thing. I'm just gonna do my thing, and like it's to pursue that. I mean, it takes a special person to try to become a superstar.
Well, I already believed I was a superstar.
You know what I mean?
I'm just kidding.
I mean the WWE.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be super real. I saw it on LA Casting.
Yes.
And most wrestling fans know, and the IWC, and they get on my ass about it all the time. Like, I didn't grow up be like, wrestling.
What?
I saw, like, again, entertaining. I always love doing stuff that has like a physical aspect that challenges me, and I love the charity aspect. And when I saw it, I was like, this would be awesome. And I remember getting my ass in the ring and being like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a challenge. But for me, I like challenges, and I wanted to embrace something that it was something I never would have thought that I would be doing. And I grew to love it, because I'm being honest, it's not something I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a WWE superstar, or a WWE diva at the time. But I got in the ring and I saw the culture behind it, and at first I was taken back, like, maybe this isn't for me. It's a lot. Like, people don't realize they can talk shit all the time, but to deal with being on the road 300 days out the year, deal with the politics, deal with being away from your family, and dealing with having a mini car accident for the sake of making people happy, they don't realize that. So it's like, if anybody, I don't care if you're a low card, a person who is just in the person sweeping the floors in WWE.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of work. So for me, it's like, but I became to love it, because it's like, when you see these, you see fans who are super happy and that are looking up to you, you're like, wow, I did my job. I went out there and made someone be like, you know what, I can go do that one day. Like, if she can be a person who never thought about wrestling and I've loved this, I can fucking do it. And that's the reason why I decided, because it's like, I want to show, like, even though I didn't, grow up watching wrestling, if I can fucking do it, so can you.
That used to bother me about like the fanboys and the fangirls. They're always like that. If you're like not a devout wrestling fan, you can't wrestle. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, you can't even host the show.
Yeah, you can't even host the show. You can't even host the show or extra. So I'm saying what always blew my mind is like, so you can't watch something and fall in love with that, or you can't watch something.
Right?
You have to watch it when you're 5.
That's what the industry's about. Why do you think little kids love it? They see something, they're like, I want to do that. When you wanted to be a fireman, why do you think you want to be a fireman? You see a grown-up fireman doing it, but then like you don't. I've never understood like the fact that someone can't fall in love with something later in their life though. Like that's a challenge. I like fitness. This kind of cool. Superstar, because what the wrestling fans don't understand is the second part of wrestling is entertainment.
It is.
You can't just there's a lot of great wrestlers.
Yeah, but
like I
can't.
say it all the time, you can teach someone how to wrestle, but you cannot teach star quality.
Period.
You cannot teach entertainment. Like that is a niche.
You better believe it.
It is a niche, because So I mean, at the end, I get it. It's like wrestling in itself is its own culture, and what I've learned and what was able to get me past it. Other people's opinions aren't my problem. I should not worry about what you think about me. I don't care. That's how you feel is how you feel.
That's your thing.
That is your thing. It's not up to me to care about how you feel, because everyone's not going to like you. As long as you're doing you and being a good person, I think that's all that really matters.
That is the quote.
Now,
of the day.
a good friend of yours just got kicked off of Celebrity Big Brother.
Yes.
Eva Marie. She's also acting too. Has there been any talks? Because she's another busy one, the Jean Line.
Yeah.
I think she has.
I did her campaign.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Yeah,
Pictures look good. Has there been any talks as far as either writing something or you guys being in a film together?
No, it's never been talked. What I've also learned too, it's kind of hard to say. I feel like everyone is trying to do their own thing, so trying to come up with collaborations. Everyone's trying to have like their own shine. That's what I said sometimes I wish we'd be more of a community, because everyone's trying to have their own shine, but I'm like, all of us are so different that there's so much room for everybody. I don't care if you're a girl, 2 black women, or like how or 1 white girl and 1, or however it goes. It's like it's so much opportunity for everyone. We should be collaborating, but she's doing her thing, and maybe one day. I mean, I would be open to it, but she's right now focused on her and doing her. And
you're right. It's the era of everybody doing their own brand though, and everybody is all about their brand.
But it's not. It takes a village.
I agree.
It takes a village, and you need other people. And I think people forget that.
They do.
That like. You may have to call me one day, so let's so it's like teamwork makes the dream work. And but that's just me. I'm a giving person. I don't ever feel like someone's gonna step on me, because like you're a bomb. Just like the girls on in WWE, they get like so offended or so like, oh, a new girl's coming up. Who gives a fuck? One day you are gonna get fired. Yes, okay, pass the damn torch. You had your moment. Build the next. You just because you went through some shit doesn't mean that you need to treat someone else like that. If anything, you be like, let me put you under my wings so you don't have to deal with what I dealt with. But that, again, there's very few people who are like that, but that's just me. Because, like, I feel like when you're a good person, you help others, you're going to get whatever is meant for you to have, and what's meant for you to not have, you just won't have it. It's just not meant for you.
So, president and preacher.
This interview dude is just working by himself. I'm drinking my time.
Now, in one of the interviews, this is prior to the big news, John and Nikki, they were engaged, and then they're no longer engaged. Have you spoke to Nikki since that whole, because I know everybody's busy.
No, I have not. No, I have. I mean, that's probably, now that I think of it, I should probably reach out and be like, hey, girl, how are you doing?
Because she makes a lot of trips to LA, too, so I figured.
Yeah. No, I have not. It's actually lately, because I've been so, like, in my own world, pulling my hair out with everything, that I haven't really had time. The only person I really ever do talk to, though, is Trent. But that, like, again, I said, like, that's my girl, and like, so it's easier, to keep in touch with her. But through social media, we're always kind of all showing each other love and like liking stuff or comment. But I now that you said that, I'm gonna, Nikki girl, I'm about to hit you up and see how you doing, bro.
just let her know that I facilitated.
You did do that.
You got your degree in like behavior. Was it bachelor's? You like working with children with autism? How my brother's autistic. I was curious. What inspires you to do that? Have you done anything else with that? Do you have any plans to do anything with that? Or that's a very redeeming thing.
So I did study psychology and business marketing, and I was actually going to get my master's to continue working with children when WWE happened. I haven't really tapped into working with like autistic children, but I do always try to keep my hands in like charity. Like I am affiliated with the Union Rescue Mission, so every now and then again I'll go there, teach a class, and everyone becomes like a superhero. And if they're a bad guy, like I'll be like, well, we're gonna still find good qualities of what's gonna make you the villain. But I always try to keep my hands in charity because I feel like it's always so good to give back and give these little kids like hope. So. The last charity that I was involved in was Black Girls Rock, because I also thought it's very important, me being a Black woman, to show the young Black girls, and I mean not to discriminate to any other race, but I just feel like me being a Black woman and the trial and tribulations I had to go through. It's just like, sometimes it's good to see like, we have a girl out there that's doing well.
Yeah, when it comes to Black, there's a different set of pressures or responsibilities you have to have in your community and what they expect of you. So you got to do certain things. You already know you can try. Like this, there's only so much you can ignore before somebody's at your door. If you have a certain status as a sister or a brother, they're like, all right, so why ain't you? How come I ain't see you at that one Black thing?
It's also hard too because I don't really have many Black girls and even like many people who follow me from the Black community.
I feel you.
And not to say like that, but
Really?
wrestling. Well, because think about it. People know me from wrestling.
Right.
People know me from Total Divas, and if we think about the people who follow that, there's not young little Black girls following wrestling like that. So it's like I'm trying to build that community because I think it's really important with everything that I'm doing that I would love to have my young Black girls being like, damn, like she's creating her own film, like I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. You know what I mean? They need positive role models.
That makes a lot of sense. And I definitely don't want to dive into that rabbit hole of the whole TMZ thing, but that makes a lot of sense why the backlash was crazy because the followers you had are folks that are different demographics. So then when that thing happened, and Black folks were like, wait,
what?
It's the first time they were being introduced to you. So that makes a lot of sense.
But that goes with what I'm saying, though. We all know what that situation. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to when you look like us. There's a thing. If in certain circles of our community, if you don't date Black people, then you are like the worst.
I know. It's the worst thing ever. But and I get it because right now in the world that we're living in.
Let's clarify because we don't want this to be. It's the worst thing ever. What? Because I don't want somebody to pull that.
Yeah, well, they take that little tiny sound bite.
He just said.
Yeah, when I say it's the worst thing ever, but you know what I mean. Like you gotta date within your race.
Yeah, you just said it's the worst thing ever. And I don't want people to misconstrue.
Yeah. Because they're like
2019.
She said the worst thing.
I don't want.
So that's the last thing I need because I'm like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, we don't want that.
We don't.
No, what I'm saying it is the worst right now when you talk about Black or you talk about white because of who we have for our president. We won't get into that either. We won't get into politics. So it's like you say Black, you say white, and it's literally like fireworks. It's like World War III. So it's like, people are so sensitive right now. You know what I mean? So it's like no one has an open mind to see things because it's just like we are really like in a sense, like we're moving backwards. You look at everything that's going on, and it's like because at the time I said it couldn't have been the worst timing, and how people took it and how things were misconstrued. I'm like, okay, guys, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, I have a preference, but at the end of the day, whoever I rock with him. I'm like, if I can find me a nice brother who's going to help.
You dated 2 Africans prior to that.
I did.
So then you got to start running down your track record. They like, hey, listen, in 1997, I dated this one guy from Ethiopia. You got to start doing that.
I'm just multicultural. Like if I rock with you, I rock with you. That's just I don't see color. I see like whoever it is I fuck with, I fuck with.
I'm sure you ain't against brothers, man. I'm sure. Listen, you like who you like.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta explain yourself to nobody, man. Girl,
you do sometimes need to explain because people be getting twisted and then people be having their own things in their mind. Or like, oh, you don't like yourself. I'm like, no, I love being a Black woman and standing for who I am. Let me tell you, I love myself. Okay.
But I think that it speaks to the following because like if you had a huge Black following, then the backlash might not have been as crazy.
Exactly, but I don't. And from the world that I come from, not to say like this, but there is not many black people who watch. I mean, there are people, but it's like the percentage is small. It's smaller.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the main black, what's that Instagram website? Black Alliance.
Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah.
Black Wrestling Alliance, like we connected because like there's only.
It's not.
They were like, wait a minute, who's hosting this show?
Yeah, there's not a lot. So you know,
and we try to keep it. Because I told you there's a responsibility whether people know it or not. When you look like us, no matter where TK's, all of our roots are different. We all look the same. They always they shoehorn you in, no matter what. They're like that's why I was like if I talk back in the day, I wanted to call Tiger Woods like, bro, ain't nobody care about you being Asian, bro. You look black to everybody, man. You black.
Just like Trent and I mean, they were like, oh, Trent can't. I don't know which. I'm like. Okay.
So me, TK, like we're conscious to let people know we're not like militant. Like we love everybody, you know what I mean? But we do try to highlight some of the unsung people of color, because we got the platform to do so. We're not gonna sit here and say we don't, but at the same time, we love everybody. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope. But in the day, like what I'm learning is, do you shit? I'm like, if Trump can become president, I can become Superwoman.
Oh my,
okay?
Facts. So you were on MTV's show The Challenge, Champs versus Stars. Any other reality shows that you can
cutting them checks, girl? That
are down the pipes, or would you consider another reality show?
It depends on. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, if it's my own. Okay. I mean, there was talks of one time of me having a show with Christina and one of our friends, Jay Ryan. I don't know. It depends if it's gonna bring value. You know what I mean? Because if it's gonna go on there to do some stupid stuff, then it's like I'm not really here for it. Like I'm paving my own way right now, and it's like I want people to see me in the light that I want to present, not how someone's gonna tell me. So if I'm executive producing and I can say I know y'all need the drama, but I'm gonna do it this way.
Right.
Then 1,000%.
Okay. What if like tomorrow AEW came to your house and like backed up a Brinks truck and was like, yo, come back to wrestling right now, sign on the dotted line, what would you do?
I'm like, let me have my attorney review this contract. I'm just kidding.
But you gotta stop doing a couple of the projects you're doing. We need you to commit full.
Oh, well.
We need you to commit. We need you to commit.
Yeah, that's different.
That's doing the most, because I think that's what people get mad. People say you're doing too much, but I'm like, no, maybe you're not doing enough. I mean, for me, I feel like there's room to live all your passions. So if I can't do them all, then it's not going to work, because I know how to facilitate and I know how to use my time wisely to be able to do every single passion. But I will say that wrestling, I am not done with that.
That's what I wanted to know.
Well, that's the
thing.
thing.
I'm not done with that.
When you Google your name, there's a lot of the stories or little captions on Google say possible return to WWE. So has there been any talk?
Y'all, don't forget that I'm a host too, so y'all gonna try to get some stuff out of me that you won't be able to get. But all I will say is, regardless if it's wrestling, if it's AEW, I'm not done. I'm still not done. I still have a mark that I need to make with wrestling.
Absolutely.
Like I was cut short, and I know that I have the personality. I know I need to get my
the mic skills for sure.
Yeah, and definitely need to brush up on the wrestling skills. I look at the women now who are even in WWE who are fucking killing it, like Becky and Charlotte, like all these girls who are doing the damn thing, and it's like I'm not gonna ever be doing some crazy stuff like that, but I want to be able to hang. Yeah. I want to be a force to reckon with. People are like, oh, it's Cameron. Oh. It's like, oh shit, it's Cameron. She can come with the mic skills and some wrestling. All right, girl.
Like
I see you. Yeah. She's been working. So.
All right, so we're gonna hit rapid hot tags real quick.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
I'm scared.
This is gonna be pretty.
So we're gonna start. First question is: always early or always late?
In between.
Last person you text.
Oh, probably my business partner Dash, because we are always working with this dang film.
What is the one thing you love about yourself?
Everything.
Oh,
girl.
for real?
That's the best answer ever. Dream dinner guest.
The Rock.
Oh yes, invite me, please.
Yes.
Favorite wrestler.
Ooh, that's
a good one.
Oh, my phone rings. Favorite wrestler. I'm gonna say my girl Trent. She's just the bomb.
Trent's off the chain.
Who would play you in a movie?
Play me in a movie. Gabrielle Union.
Ooh,
that's dope.
Last TV show you binge watched?
None, cause
you were too busy.
Too busy.
That's for sure. Took that question out. If you were a crayon, what color would you be?
purple.
If you were on death row, what would be your last meal?
A buffet.
Oh, greedy.
He's coming through with the answers. If you could listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Tupac.
Boom. Any album in particular, or just
all Tupac is just he's it.
Tupac? All right, hit that star of the week real quick.
Women's Wrestling Star of the Week.
Yeah, man, our women's wrestling star of the week is Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose just made history as the first trans woman to be signed by a major wrestling promotion. All Elite Wrestling, known by its acronym AEW, made the announcement that it enlisted wrestler Nyla Rose on Thursday, February 7th at the event held at MGM Grand Casino in Las Vegas. Rose, based out of Washington, D.C., appeared at the event on Thursday, getting into a heated exchange with fellow wrestler Kylie Ray. Rose has been wrestling since 2013 and participated in promotions like Warriors of Wrestling and Kobe Pro. Nyla has cut her teeth in Japanese promotions such as Sendai Girls Marvelous and 0-1 and obtained the CP Women's Championship at a total of 3 times. By signing with AEW, she probably just became the most prominent trans pro wrestler in the world. Nyla isn't a household name just yet, but with the signing, she has positioned herself to change the narrative and rewrite history. If you want to see her in action, go to YouTube and check out the women's cage match, Nyla Rose versus Nikki Adams, Warriors of Wrestling 11th anniversary show. So that is very interesting.
Boom. Poll question is, which promotion are you most into, or do you want to see AEW, Impact, ROH, or WWE? And I think if there's like a 5th one, I'll throw in WoW, but I'll have to see what Twitter does. Where can people still buy your shirt, girl buy, and all that stuff?
On ProWrestlingTees.com.
Put yourself over, girl.
Yes.
So you can follow me across the board at Ariane Andrew, and that's across the board.
That's Ariane, folks.
Yes,
Don't-
Ariane, ARIANE, be doing my weekly videos of Bedtime with Ariane on YouTube, so you
okay.
can check that out. Sipping the tea every Tuesday. Check the follow at Jaded Pictures Films to get all the behind the scenes with Jaded Pictures, and get ready for the premiere and for the fitness line Felines with the Sashika twins that will be coming out on March 24th for the last week of LA Fashion Week.
Shout out to Star Drew. Star Drew said thank you for coming in. You were a great interview. Shout out to Star Drew. And he said Halle Berry to play you, by the way.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Well, I just got a little shit.
I know.
Yeah. Where can they find you, Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Cocosina?
you know your boy, man. Evan T. Mac, Instagram and Twitter. You know, out here fighting crime, girl. Keeping these streets safe. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. There's so many different podcasts, out there. But you made us the #1 women's wrestling show, so we appreciate it.
Seriously.
You can follow us on all Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, WPW Weekly. Make sure to follow AfterBuzz. Subscribe to their wrestling and sports page on YouTube. Make sure to give us 5 stars or better because we don't take anything less.
No.
Also, we have, do you remember that text I sent you of the person who said the promotion with the characters, draw your best character? What did he say?
Oh, God. What was it? Oh, God. What was it?
It was a fan request. And
it was a good one, too.
Yeah.
Shoot.
We want you guys to tweet us or DM us the best female wrestler pictures, and we will put it up on the show.
We'll put it up on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Shout out to that suggestion, and appreciate you watching the show. Yeah, draw your favorite wrestling character or whatever, and we'll put it on, put you over.
Yep.
Rep you, tag you, all that stuff. 5-star you.
Tweet the wrestler as well.
Tweet at the wrestler, everything,
Boom.
man.
Other than that, thank you so much, Ariane,
Thanks, girl.
for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You should like Ariane.
Thank you, like
Correct.
Aria.
Screw up at the beginning, but the end, we gotta get it right.
Yo.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having
for
me.
For y'all, I believe we have 2 more episodes left before the end of season 2. Season 3 is going to be popping. We got
On and popping.
really good emails today that I screenshot and sent Evan. It's going to be pretty exciting. Some really great guests. Other than that, we will check you guys out next week. Ciao, y'all.
From executive producers Kevin Undergaro, Maria Menounos, Phil Svitek, producer TK Trinidad, and me, Mark Donica, your voice of AfterBuzz TV Wrestling, we ask you to rate and comment on iTunes, subscribe to AfterBuzz Wrestling on YouTube, and find us on all social media. Thank you for watching Women's Pro Wrestling Weekly. See you next week.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.